Welcome back to another episode. Today I'm gonna review Black for the Microsoft Xbox. And let's go. Black is a first-person shooter that was developed by Criterion games and published by Electronic Arts. It was released in 2006 for the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. This is the German version of the game, so every gameplay footage will be in the German language. The game starts with the interrogation of Jack Keller, a soldier who is a member of a CIA Black Ops group. And you play the events of his previous 4 days, what happened during his last operation. Now the only thing that I'm gonna say about the storyline is that there is a terroristic organization called Seventh Wave and you try to stop them. Don't say anything more about the storyline because I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played this game yet. All the cutscenes are full motion videos with live actors, and Black is one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. Why? It's a good question. Well, I'm gonna show you why. Now the reason why this is such a great game in my opinion is that Black succeeds where so many other first-person shooters fail, even though they've tried very hard. And that is giving the player the experience of playing a good Hollywood action movie. Hordes of enemies, tons of shootouts, a lot of things that can blow up, mostly in range, that's nice. And every bullet you fire has an effect on the environment. Either kicking off dust, chipping plasters from walls, or at least leaving a bullet hole. The graphics are very impressive, the lighting is worth mentioning, and just looks beautiful. And also the particle effects, especially in closed environments. While defending yourself against the enemies, the whole room fills up with smoke and dust particles to a point where you can only see the enemies' masked flashes. Then another cool effect is when you reload your weapon. Everything around you gets blurry except your weapon, which makes sense because you're focusing on reloading your weapon. And when your life bar reaches a critical point, your vision changes between color and black and white. All the sound effects become hollow, you start hearing the heartbeat of the character, and you will also feel it because the controller vibrates to its rhythm. And the game also slows down a little bit. Black has a full orchestral soundtrack, which sounds just great. But you will not hear it throughout the whole game. It is more placed somewhere in the levels. So when you reach a certain area in a level, then the music starts playing. And I have to say it is always well placed. The sound effects are also excellent, especially the sound effects of the weapons. At the beginning of the game you can select between two difficulty levels, easy and normal. And when you beat the game in normal, you unlock silver weapons for the normal mode, which means that you have unlimited ammunition for all weapons. This sounds cool at first. I mean, a rocket launcher with unlimited ammunition is fun in this game, but only for about 5 minutes, at least in my opinion. And I also don't like that you can't deactivate the silver weapons. And beside the silver weapons, you also unlock the difficulty level hard. And when you beat the game in hard, then you unlock the Black Ops difficulty level. Except for the easy mode, you always have primary and secondary mission objectives. The secondary objectives are collecting or destroying secret documents, which are spread out in the levels. And depending on the difficulty level, you have more or less secondary mission objectives to complete a level. There are a lot of different weapons that you can collect throughout the game, but you can only carry 2 weapons at the same time, which adds a little bit of strategy to the game. You can also find silencers for some of the weapons. You don't have to use them if you want, but it's also nice that you have the choice of playing this game more like a stealth game.
Blockhaus erreicht, ich sehe mich mal um, over.
Instead of regenerating health, Black uses the old medikit system. which means that you have to collect medikits to restore your health. And in the easier difficulty levels you can store up to 3 medikits and use them at any time necessary. Okay, now let's take a look at the drawbacks or at things that you can criticize in Black. Black is a pretty short game. You're gonna need 6 to 7 hours to finish all of the 8 missions. It is also very linear. In some of the levels there is a little bit more to explore, but those areas are more important for the harder difficulty levels because you will find some more of those secret documents. You can't jump or sprint, and the only way to open doors is by shooting at them or blowing them up. The enemy AI is not that great, but it's also not that bad. I mean, for the most part they also try to take cover when you shoot at them. Even though the enemies aren't that clever, you should also try to take cover in this game, because if you play this game Rambo style, then you will not last that long. Black has no multiplayer function, which a lot of people criticized. I think it's sad that they didn't include that feature, but I'm not a big multiplayer fan, so it's not a big deal for me personally. Besides unlocking 2 difficulty levels and silver weapons, Black has not a lot of replay value. And there is not a lot in this game that will stick in your mind. But for me this is actually an advantage. I play this game once or twice a year and it's always the same situation. I look at the box, I don't remember the story. I don't remember a lot of the gameplay. But what I do remember is that I had a lot of fun playing it. In the end, I think Black is an excellent first-person shooter, and for me it was really amazing to see what the Xbox was capable of. And it's actually the same story on the PlayStation 2, because both versions are identical. So I really would recommend this game to every first-person shooter fan who owns an Xbox or a PlayStation 2, or maybe both. And yeah, this was my review of Black for the Microsoft Xbox. I hope you enjoyed the show. Maybe see you next time. Take care. Bye!